My big ass needs a cushion. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Good day. Happy Sunday. Whew. Has today been a wild ride already for me? And you know how I do. I'll take whatever it is that I'm receiving in reference to the downloads that I'm getting and the difficulties that I go through and things that I'm able to transmute, and I bring it to you guys so that you guys can have a better understanding of what's going on in your lives and you guys have a little more support. How are we feeling today? Truly, how are we feeling today? How are we? Hi, Tyler. Hi, Wandy. Hi, Jules. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I've been doing a lot of the same, Tyler. We're all exhausted, yeah. Grateful, but yeah. I mean, it's hard, right? But what I was getting today is this. I was talking about this yesterday about the coming for your pound of flesh where you choose not to give it, or where you haven't given it, right? Where you choose to hold on to some choice, some divinity, and it's like some divisive family situation or work situation or a crisis as to what am I to do next kind of situation comes up, and then we're lost in the sauce and we're in conflict and we're in fear, we're in the unknown, and it's easy for us to be manipulated because we're in reaction energy, right? And that's kind of what I got, earlier today. I was talking to Jessica and she was saying, um, when you shine your light in places where people are not ready and are not looking for it, right? You guys choose to come here because you're ready for it. But if I'm trying to shine my light in places where people are not ready for it, those vampires are going to try and find a dark corner to come and get me and try, feed on me because they don't recognize that light. And it's going back to, if you guys ever heard the story by Plato, where I believe there's four men in a cave, and they've been living in this cave their entire Kamari, their entire life. They've been living in this cave, and they have this fire behind them, right? And they see the shadows on the wall of the cave from the fire, but because they've never left the cave, they just assume that these are other people, right? And then one person leaves the cave and finally sees sunlight, and it's so like strong and disarming, and then when they finally get used to it and they see that the light from above casts a shadow from their body and that there's a whole other world outside, they run back into the cave to tell the people that are there, hey, there's a whole other world out there and those aren't really people, they're just shadows. But the people don't believe it because they never lived it, because they don't understand it. They were not ready for that amount of light, and there are people in your life that are truly just not ready for a light to be shown on them. And sometimes because you guys have built up, and we have built up a pattern of seeking validation from these very same people who cannot validate where you're going. They just can't. They can't. They don't have the knowledge or the capacity or the experience to be able to validate where you're going. That's just the way it is right now. And it's beautiful because all you need is the divine to validate it. You have some people in your life, and the divine, when you're ready, will bring you people that are on the same path as you or that understand it. Right. And I hope that party was well. But that's the thing, Wanda. You can't shine a light on people. You can't shine a light on people or on groups or on certain things when people are not ready for it, because then they make you the wrong one, and then they want to come for your pound of flesh because you triggered them. The light was too bright. How dare you bring that light towards me? You are evil, right? Something must be wrong with you, right? Yeah, right. Because we need In many ways, we've trained ourselves and we've been programmed to seek the validation from others. And that's really the sad part. Thank you, Kamadi. I'm at a campsite today, just like yesterday. I chose to pay for an extra day for the rest and the tranquility and not having to move around so much. But I got a flat tire this morning. Well, I had a flat tire since yesterday. And I had a flat tire at Nate's house, but he filled it up and I thought it was just flat, right? And it needed air. Come to find out that there's a puncture, right? So I go to the gas station to get gas, and my plan was to drive on flat all the way to Walmart so that I could get like a patching kit. But when I went to the gas station to fill up my air to at least get me to Walmart, I realized that it wasn't taking any air at all. So then I filled it with like that foam stuff, and I filled it with air, and now it's just sitting till tomorrow till hopefully I can go to Walmart and get a whole new tire. Anyway, I digress. This energy, and not only that, other energies, right? There's a lot of debates going on right now, and we don't need to get into these divisive debates, but there's all these conversations and distractions. There's the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard distraction. There's the don't say gay in school distraction argument. There's the abortion versus non-abortion argument. I wish I could say that these are true things that are really being debated right now, but what at the end of the day, our consciousness, how we feel, dictates reality. How we collectively feel and think and give energy to is what dictates reality. And all of these things are invitations for us to put our energy and our focus onto things that cause division. Court cases that are covered on the news are given fuel to fire to form division, right? So it's not about what's going on, right? The lawmakers are not the ones who are dictating your lives. The governors, the government is not the ones that are dictating your life. It's the one upstairs. It's the divine. And it's how you feel. And God gave us all the power to change that. And we have the power to change that. But it's about focusing on other things and not getting lost. I could have easily gotten lost, and I almost did, about my tire, thinking, oh my God, this journey, what am I doing? Oh my God, whatever, like, I don't know what to do. Why? The divine has shown me every step of the way that they are supportive of me, and that they will bring to me or allow me to, as long as I'm doing what I need to do, I will be supplied everything that I need, everything. So why fall into doubt? We don't do that anymore, right? This whole thing is about breaking through paradigms and jumping into or really strengthening a new paradigm within ourselves, and the ability to stand true in that and stand strong in that, regardless of what anybody else thinks, because everybody else is caught in some argument, in some game. They're one side of some team, and we're not teams. We're all one. We're all one. We're all one consciousness. We're all one being, right? Let me put that in a different way. There are no teams when it comes to the divine. Okay? That's it. There are no teams. So you can sit here and be like, um, I'm pro-life or I'm pro-choice or whatever. But either way, making a choice in any kind of divisive argument right now, regardless, I'm Republican, I'm Democrat. All of this is just a fundamental tool to split the consciousness of people, right? And we don't need to fix the world's problems ourselves. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you don't have to get lost in it. You don't have to get lost in where other people are caught up and they're out of their peace and their ease. You don't have to. I didn't have to. So now you don't have to, right? You don't have to go into the cave and be fed by the vampires because that's what you're used to, right? You don't have to go and shine a light on them and be like, oh, your job is not to necessarily change everybody. And that's the thing. You're not supposed to change everybody. What you're supposed to do is to give yourself the best chance of evolving yourself. And they will see you. They will see you flow. They will see you grow. They will see you stand in your light. And they will want to come and stand in it too. They will seek the light rather than you shining it on them before they're ready. And again, I have to give thanks to Jessica for that beautiful download that she was receiving, she was certainly challenging in that, channeling in that conversation. But with that being said, I'm going to pull a couple collective messages, and then we're going to get into some individuals. Thank you. Can you guys still hear me, see me? Because I'm not seeing any new comments. It's about what you do with it, right? Wanda, you were saying you were at this party and they brought you all this wonky energy, right? What I'm hearing, yes. And it's okay if you did. Here's the thing. It's okay if you did. It's okay if you did let it bother you. Because as long as you know how to find your way back, because things are going to get wonky. We have people in our lives who fundamentally understand how to get under our skin. It's just how it is. It's how it is. Right? Jessica Whittaker. Hi, love. Yes. Thank you for agreeing with me. The divine is saying, like, everything is here for us. Literally, like, when they say the meek shall inherit the earth, I will repeat that till the day I die, because it is fact. It's a transition, but it's fact. And what does the meek mean? The meek means that we're not obligated to fall for the same manipulations and traps as other people, because we're taking responsibility for our triggers. We're taking responsibility for our healing and our wounding. We're no longer holding that victim trophy up and being like, I resonate with being a victim and that is what it is. And, and everybody else has to, sorry guys, and everybody else has to change, or the world has to change in order for me to feel better about feeling better. That's some weird shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's some backward ass shit, right? You may have been molested, and I know that's really heavy, and I'm not trying to trigger anybody, but you may have been molested, right? And I can only say that because I understand that frequency well, if you catch my drift. And you go around saying, I'm this way because this, nobody believed me, and da 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 da, right? But in the universal eyes, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, in the universal, in the eyes of the universe, in the eyes of God, they're like, okay, we understand. But on some level, you're holding on to something. It's you. You're giving your power away. We give our power away to governments. We give our power away to people, to parents, to sisters, to brothers, and sometimes even to our children. Because we say, they're the reason why I'm this way. That's ego. And the powers that be, and I'm not talking about the powers that be, I'm talking about the powers that be. I'm talking about these weird ass fucking people here that are moving in darkness and fucking drinking blood and shit. Okay? These people, those people, they understand that they have exacted. It was a very, honestly, it was a very calculated move. First, to break up the family, right? To make it so that, especially in poverty and homes of color, that family units are broken up, right? Make it so that the mother is not married. Make it so that the dad is in jail. Make it so that, this breakdown is a first breakdown and the first line of defense when it comes to our spiritual strength, right? Because we understand when we have divine parents, regardless of what sexes they are or genders they are, when they're showing up as a unit and there's a strength and there's an integrity there, that is that sets up an individual's consciousness to understand how to relate to oneself, right? And the drugs, the Republican Democrat, the split, all of these different things, they're just put in place to keep us on a hamster wheel, right? The plantation has changed. Look around. The plantation is still alive and it has changed. Okay? It's real. And I ain't fucking picking cotton for nobody. And I'm not trying to be triggering. I'm just speaking real. Spirit is saying right now, it's this fire in our bellies to experience better, to no longer be at the mercy of the old world, right? That fire is serving us. But we are going to get lost sometimes because there are going to be people around us who have not done the amount of work that you have done, and they are drowning in this energy because the sun is sending down all types of different rays and frequencies. The earth is bringing up all types of different rays and frequencies. There's it's like a stampede, right? If you're not running at the same speed as everybody as every animal, as every cattle, whatever in the stampede, you're going to get run over. Okay? That's just how it is. Or you're going to get carried off unconsciously. But you guys don't have that problem. You're following the calling. There's no rush, but you're following the calling. And Spirit is saying it's going to reward you more than you could ever even imagine. And honestly, like, I feel like I can say it enough times to where it just doesn't feel believable, but it is. We have enjoyed the fruits of your labor, hard work that has led to a luxurious life. Buying yourself something special, happy and successfully self-employed. Enjoy your solitude. The good the good you the good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of abundance, borrowing wisely or paying off a debt, sharing your wealth with others less fortunate, learning all you can about a subject or career, getting back to school, taking a seminar and finding a mentor, attention to detail, skilled work that you love. It's a beautiful thing that you guys have the opportunity and that I'm able to lend my frequency to be connected to. Yeah, I'm glad. I'll get into some individual readings and make sure you guys. Um, I was gonna say make sure you guys share, but I don't even feel like saying that anymore. I know you guys will, and if you don't, you don't. That's just the kind of vibe I'm in today. I trust. I have faith. I don't need to push anything. I don't need to feel anything. If you want to donate, if you feel like you want a more in-depth reading, if you want to support, I know a lot of you guys that are already here already do, in one way or another. So, guides, angels, ancestors, thank you so much. We're so very blessed and thankful for this opportunity to connect. Thank you, Sophia Dragon Tribe, for keeping me strong in my ascension. Thank you. Archangel Michael and any other archangels that wish to assist, please escort any energies to a place of evolution or dissolution now. Allow us to tune into the divine messages in the heavenly realms, none in the psychic realm, only the heavenly realm, so that we may receive divine messages without any tampering from external or internal forces. Thank you. Man, you guys. There's something about, and you're talking to somebody who deeply cared and sometimes still do care what people think about me. And it's something that I'm working through. It's part of the paradigm that I'm shifting out of. It's part of we all have different strongholds that keep us in the old paradigm, yeah? But for me, there's something really strong about letting somebody come at you and like come at you with vicious, like, foaming mouth, like, how dare you, yeah, da, 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 you did wrong, and you should be ashamed of yourself, and da, da, da. And you're sitting there thinking like, wow, like, I no longer am caught up in that paradigm trap. I'm no longer in that duality trap, in that right or wrong trap. I understand multidimensionality, and I can sit here in my authentic self and feel completely fine and not be triggered. Hi, Aurora, and not be messed with, not be broken down, not be um, obsessing about it for a couple days, thinking about all the ways I could have said things differently. I said what I said. I said what I fucking said. Right. And people can't understand that. And don't let your ego get in the way. If you're wrong, you're wrong, and you can admit that. But you don't have to let people fucking hang you out to dry for it. You don't need to be crucified for shit anymore. That's not the story anymore. Okay? The crucifixion age, that's dying with the old paradigm. It's not necessary. Okay? We choose to go through our pain and our learning and our healing in order to be able to help other people. That's just how that shit flies. But when it comes to the crucifixion, being a martyr, that shit is dying with the old paradigm. And that's the shit that I'm not a part of anymore. Although I'm still feeling a little shocked. Yeah. There's something about realizing, like, I understand, I understand that you are wearing victimhood as a badge, or I understand that it's easy to for you to be triggered in this energy and to feel really what it is. It's like a gravitational pull to a collective consciousness that is unconscious. I know that that sounds convoluted, but hear me out. You're when we don't deal with our traumas, our own wounds and shit like that, our own chips on our shoulder, what ends up happening, and we're not self-aware, is that when there's something going on the world stage, right, that triggers us, right? Say I'm gay, and say I never healed from the trauma and abuse that being gay brought me, right? And then there's like the don't say gay bill, don't say gay, whatever, what they're trying to do, right? Every little article on Facebook, every little fucking thing that is posted about, stories not being shared versus being shared and all this other stuff. And, I would be lost in it. I would be gravitationally pulled to that. And what that is a distraction. It just is. And it's not about right or wrong. Listen, we live in a multidimensional universe. If we're talking about right and wrong, you're on the wrong channel. There's no right and wrong. It's just what feels resonant, what feels balanced, what feels light. Of course. But let's see who I feel drawn to. Jules, we'll start with you, my love. Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light only. What does Jules need? What does Jules need to hear today? Listen, our humanity in general, especially oppressed, and I say that in quotes because I don't like disempowering ourselves. Groups of color or oppressed minorities or groups, whatever. I don't even like using these terms because I feel like even they play into that old paradigm. Either way, they have been manipulating our trauma. They use these things to keep us in a spell of sorts that keep us from collectively being like, wait, if we want to be different, we just got to do different. That's all. Like, we don't have to. It doesn't matter what the fuck they tell us to do, right? Guides, angels, ancestors, thank you so much. There are more of us than there are of them. Never forget that. And they will come We are the only ones keeping. Listen, humanity and the collective is the only thing keeping this system alive, and it's hanging by a string. And Guy has already moved on. Look around. Look where I am. You know, this nature area is not the old paradigm. It's not. Let's see. What does Jules need to hear today? I digress. I can go on and on. You guys know that. Jules. What does Jules need to hear today, guides, angels, ancestors? Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. There's somebody in there's some I don't know if this person is past or still here, Jules, but there's somebody that has communicated something to you, or no, there's somebody close to you. I don't know if this person is past or not, but their message was very important. Their overall message in life was very important. It's like you're coming across old emails or old journals and you're like, oh, like, yeah, this person really knew what they were talking about. They really understood. It's like they understood a lot more than you gave them credit for. They were a lot more woke, not really woke in collective way. I don't even like that word anymore, right? But they were there. They understood. They got it. Of course, Wanda, you're expanding. It's just natural. It's gonna take its time. It's gonna take its own path. Oh, this is a collaboration. This person is still alive. There's somebody here who you really appreciate their message, and you're feeling like this impulse to work with them, to do something. So you're coming to them with something. Spirit is encouraging you. There's something that you're meant to be doing, and you're realizing that now. You're giving yourself credit for that. You want to be a part of this shift. You want to do more. Um, you feel passionately, right? You're being ignited. You're being lit. It's funny because there's only a couple of us in here, so I'm just gonna have a conversation with you guys, if that's okay. Um, and if you feel guided to support, donate, to give in any way, then I will receive it gladly. Otherwise, I'm gonna be gracious for what this is, because this is abundance in itself, right? Um, Not too long ago, somebody was trying to convince me, and this was while I started my journey, that I should be afraid of being pulled over, that I should hold a frequency of fear because of who I am. And in all actuality, I've always felt like spirit protected me from identifying in any kind of way, right? Um, I don't speak Spanish. I never really developed a New York accent, right? Um, but I definitely look Puerto Rican as fuck, right? And I'm not sorry for it. But there's something really silly about looking or coming to me and trying to make me feel like I should be scared of anything because of the color of my skin. That's like somebody telling you who you should vote for based on the color of your skin, right? I should feel this way because of this. And notice how everything is getting more and more loud. It's getting so much more louder, and it's not stopping. It's getting worse. And there's a new distraction rolled out every week that's going to get everybody going and foaming at the mouth. And the reason that people get so activated to want to make you wrong or attack you, right? I also remember a while ago they were doing a march, right? And I didn't feel guided to join it. I didn't feel it to be, not necessarily that it wasn't worth my time. I just didn't feel drawn to it. I didn't feel drawn to it. That's it. That's all I have to say. I didn't feel drawn to it. And they made me so wrong for it. How could you? You don't give a fuck. You don't care. You don't care, right? And I let myself get wonky in that. And this was, years ago. There's so many times in my life where I followed my natural groove, my natural flow, and I was pulled into some orbit of some shit that was only going to bring me into more wonky shit, right? And sometimes the reason that these people are activated in this way is because they have some sort of shame or guilt, whether it be about their prejudice or their bias or things that they've done in the past, or simply just not ever, 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 ever wanting to be considered to be one of those people that society is saying is canceled. So they will be amped up because they feel like they want to be on the right side of history, right? But they're being manipulated. Anything that's coming from a reaction and not a response is unconscious. Point blank, period. And I say this all so that you guys can all understand what your power is at this time. You can truly choose the path of I don't give a fuck. I don't work for you. I'm moved by the divine. The Adam and Eve story. Are you gonna eat from a tree outside of your garden? Are you gonna take knowledge from other people or take impulses and movements and be pulled and moved and navigated from outside of yourself, or are you going to pull that from internally, from your discernment, from your intuition, from your connection to the divine? Because things are only going to get more chaotic and crazy, and to be honest, everybody's running around like chicken without fucking heads. Thank you, spirit. Hi, angel. And whatever this conversation has got to be, it's going to be what it's got to be. I keep trying to pull cards and they keep bringing me back to the flow. Perhaps this is just something where we get to talk. That's a good question, Jessica. How did you get over the fear of what you were able to feel and see and hear to keep your gate open? It's simple. You meditate, right, with the intention of releasing all thought and disconnecting from all thought, right? And things will start to come up, whether they be thought, and you teach yourself not to have a response to it, because a reaction, because a reaction is what gives fuel to it. It's like a Chinese trap. You're trying to fight it, but a Chinese finger trap, you're trying to fight it, but it just gets you more tight, right? When you're sitting there and you're breathing and you're imagining every thought that is coming up, you might even realize that you've been down a train of thought for a whole 10 minutes. And you'll be like, you know what? I'm letting that thought go, right? And I'm not going to judge myself for it. I'm just going to observe it. And it's going to be like a ship in the night or a balloon floating into the sky, right? When you continue to work that process, thank you, Kamadi. Thank you. And know that, know that you're walking with the divine. Is that an answer to her question? Um, and when you continuously learn how to detach, then you can receive your own guides, divine, because here's the thing: spirit is intense, whether it's good or bad. Spirit is intense. So connecting to spirit is intense, right? And especially if you want to get the full scope of who they are, it's intense. If you are gifted or glorious, or not glorious, if you're lucky enough to have built up that skill that you're talking about enough to be able to see an angel's true form, you would be shocked, right? Because it's not what we expect. It's not what we expect, right? But the nature of spirit in general, right? The heavenly realms, anything that has a strength and a power to it, is not scary, but intense. And because of that, they need to understand that you disconnect from your thoughts and things that pop up. And then when you keep doing that, natural images are going to show up, right? So they'll test me. Usually, to be honest, it'll be like sexual or pornographic or whatever. They want to see where my focus is. And if I can disconnect from that, if it's not that, then it'll be bloody and gory and stuff. It's almost like, it's like they're testing you, right? To see where your reactions are, right? And if you're sitting there just being like, all right, whatever, I just saw like a demon with 8 horns. Okay, I don't feel anything. I'm feeling safe. Good. Okay, moving on. You know what I mean? Then they understand that, and that's not going to happen to you. That was an That was an extreme example. That is what's going to get you to be able to receive more. You're going to be able to, because the spirit knows that you're not going to fucking run towards the hills and fucking dig yourself in a hole, and because you're seeing something that you can't handle. You know, they know that you are ready. And honestly, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there are things that I can still be very reactionary to. Okay. Whenever I get the hint that there's some kind of force working against me or someone else, my fucking warrior wants to get up and fucking start fighting, but it's not always my fight to fight. And sometimes, I'm going to pick a fight with something that the divine is like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, because the divine, there's a whole lot of factors to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? But for you, you're protected. Especially if you set your prayer, listen to the thing. Like when I pray before I do my reading, you can tell where I'm connecting to. I don't wait to do it after or before the live, because it's important that you guys understand where I'm pulling my connection from, where I'm tuning in, what my intentions are. Right? So for you guys, making sure that you're doing the same thing, praying, setting intention, meditating, disconnecting from thought, right? And not having a reaction to everything you see. You can sit there cool, calm, and collected the same way you do with people. It's the same conversation we've been having this whole time, right? Not being reactionary to people, not letting your own trigger, your own fears, your own bullshit get in the way. That's what that is. It's the same thing. And if you can master it in the human realm, you can master it in the energetic realm, in the spiritual realm, with your gifts, right? But they just need to know that you're going to be able to. Yes. Yes. And it's important that you do that for a lot of people, because if you guys are watching a lot of readers, there are a lot of readers out there who energetically suck you, especially on YouTube. They have things attached to them that come out and energetically suck your energy, right? You can feel it, right? If your insides are feeling like all nasty and weird, whatever, as you're watching a reading or you're connecting to a spiritual worker, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Okay, discernment. Okay, I'm not, none of us are here to do it for you guys, and that a lot of, especially those of you guys that are here with me, connecting with me now. But a lot of you guys are struggling to believe, like, you're struggling to believe and have faith that this really is a change, right? If I buy into this Am I being scammed? Is this some kind of like idealistic shit that like I can't, right? Spirit is saying, no, you know it. You know who you are. You're here for a fucking reason, and it's hard to believe, right? But it is what it is. When you wake up and remember who you are, right? You know, think of it like this: you're a fucking farmer, and then you find out one day that you are actually um, the princess of the whole kingdom, and you were hidden away for safety reasons, right? It's gonna be hard for you to believe because you've been living as a farmer your whole fucking life, right? But it is what it is. This is the time we're living in. This is it. The more you give creed to it, the more you believe it, the faster you get there. In one way or another, you're gonna get there. But do you want to take the long way, or you want to take the path of least resistance? Let me know if you're waiting for a mini reading. If you're wanting a more extended reading based, if you want me to answer a question, then feel free to donate. And that's how I will do that. If you want just a regular general reading, then just let me know and raise your hand. Give me some kind of emoji to let me know that you are wanting that. We're 40 whatever minutes in, and I only did one reading so far. Hi, Victoria. How are you, darling? Happy Sunday. I got your donation, Jennifer. Thank you. We're going to go right into that reading, okay? And trust and believe. I hope you guys understand that when I tune in, even if it's other people's readings, it's gonna resonate with you, right? And I'm so grateful for even the bit of you, like Wandy. I'm so grateful for you, Kamardi. I'm so grateful for you as a friend and in so many different ways. But you know, Wandy, I'm so grateful for you because you also show me like you also allow me to feel validated in that, right? I'm on the same journey as you guys. I'm not even a couple steps ahead of you guys. I'm just living it in a more extreme way so that I guess I just, you know, I like a challenge. I don't know what to say, you know, but either way, um you guys helped me in that just by being here to receive it and validating me. Not that I necessarily need it at this point, but it's nice to have. It's nice to know that I'm having an impact. It's nice to know that this stuff is working. And Jennifer, I received your donation, love. So let me know if you have a question or anything like that, and I will get into that for you. And thank you for your donation. Okay. Oh, I had to refresh it. Andy sent you something through. Oh, that was you. Oh, thank you. Was that you? You're not Jennifer though. Wait, was that you? Hold on. No, if I wind up leaving again, then I'm gonna have to refresh it again, and that's gonna be annoying. But Thank you, Wandy. I appreciate it. You donate a lot, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all your support. I feel I do deserve it, but sometimes it's hard to stay there, right? We don't operate in lack anymore. I will stop. So, Jennifer, did you also donate? Because I saw something from you too. Or unless, Wandy, you have your name as Jennifer on PayPal. This is a community. What you just said there, grateful for you and everyone else who shares on here. It's a community. We can frequency match to each other. And I'm realizing that that's the thing, right? I'm blessed enough to have people in my life, especially Jessica Locke, who I can't wait to um, really come together and do more stuff with for you guys. But she is, oh, Jessica White, thank you for the donation. Thank you. She she has shown, and we have shown each other the value of being able to hold that space for each other, and we frequency match to each other. We keep each other true to our light, and it's easy to get lost in that. I'm so sorry, Wandy. I'm so sorry. I must honestly, it's sunny. My eyes must be playing tricks on me. I believe you. There's no reason. I must have read something wrong. But that is exactly the frequency that the divine is asking us to share with each other, right? This frequency match. And if I'm able, and what I mean by frequency match, it's the ability for you guys to feel into how I am operating, what I'm communicating, what energy I'm in, and feel a resonance within for yourself and be like, I feel like that's somewhere of where I need to be. Let's all feel a sense, let's all stop for a second and feel a sense of gratitude for each other and for this group, and for like, just let yourself, let your heart build, let yourself grow that gratitude, because that is what's going to bring in more things to be grateful for. This is true abundance. This is the new paradigm of abundance, right? This connection, this community, right? That's something that we've truly lost. And now we're able to build it again, and we're able to do it in a way that is not tainted. True community. Thank you, divine. Thank you. Mm, mm. Jessica, what did you need? Did you have a question, or did you just want a general reading? Where are you at right now? The truth is, when I'm on with you guys, when I'm here, when I'm doing my work, when I'm doing readings with individuals, when I'm meditating, when I'm talking to Jessica, these are all new anchors, right? The same way old shit used to anchor me to the old way. New anchors anchor me to my light, to my new way, right? There are times when I step away from these lives and I'm left to myself that I don't know what to do with myself. And that's true. That's facts, right? But that also gives me motivation, because I know that you guys feel that same way, right? When you step away, when you step back into your normal lives, you have to do your daily work. You're in all these energies. it's hard sometimes to hold on to this awareness. So I will never stop, ever. Guides, angels, ancestors, thank you. What does Jessica need to hear today? Jessica Whittaker, am I saying that right? Whittaker? What does Jessica Whittaker need to hear today? Jessica, there's a reconciliation and a healing that's happening between you and a female here, a feminine. There's somebody here. It's like somebody that you've been overthinking it, you know. It's like you've gone off on your new path, your own paths. This feels like a childhood type of friend or or something that like like a lot of your memories of them are of childhood. Hi, Stephanie. Um, I'm feeling now like they're not as lost and confused about your intentions or about who you are. It's like growth and maturity has brought you both to this really sweet spot where you could appreciate each other more than before. You're coming together and you're doing something together. Hold on. You see, this is what I'm talking about. The divine will also gift you when you do the work. It'll set off a reverberation, and other people will be inspired down that same path. Sista. You're feeling a lack of patience though, because you're there, you're ready for it, and it just feels like there's still something that you need to let go of, and it's anxiety. You know what I mean? It's like you might even feel like a sense of like guilt for your part in it, but it's like it's that so much time has passed that that's not even where her head is at. I don't know. There's something about I don't know if that role is reversed. It's like somebody had kids, maybe somebody even had kids, and it's like boom, right? This person just popped out of my reality, my life, right? There's a sense of abandonment here. Also, like a controlling relationship, like relationships coming between, right? This is like bullshit coming between sisters. Oh shit! Oh, that's awesome. I think I read her yesterday. Are you a teacher, Stephanie? Also, Wandy, who was the English teacher, the Italian lady, where she was always talking about her husband and like her husband, and they were building a house. Um, do you know who I'm talking about? She was an English teacher. Anyway. She's very proud to be Italian. She was a short lady. She had black curly hair. Sorry. Back to Jessica. There's just a lot of toxic masculinity that got in the way of. I know, I know. What am I like? I'm almost 30 now, and I would have been like 12, 13 at the time. Oh, okay, Stephanie. Awesome. This is a gift. There's some kind of gift. It's like both of you guys had to go on your own way, Jessica, and you had to like maneuver through life to realize what you were chasing caused yourself to break away from the thing that was giving you most life, and you guys all got lost, and it's like you couldn't come back to each other. And now that like you've grown and life has happened and you've gotten matured, it's like nobody needs. It's not really a necessary need for apology. It's like, hey, let's just come back and start fresh, clean slate. How about that? Right? But there's something about you that you're worried that the other shoe's gonna drop, and I honestly feel like you already did connect, but I kind of feel like you already did make amends. But you're the one who's having anxiety about it, or like your fear about it. It's like a feeling of like not being able to trust, not feeling like you should be able to trust. And it feels like you're distracting yourself or you're putting a limit to it. And Spirit is saying, listen, you've gone through enough. If we're actually bringing you shelter. When I first connected, I talk about Jessica way too much. No, I don't talk about her enough. But when I first connected to her, literally the first minute or like the first like 10 minutes, she was like, oh my God, I've been waiting to meet you. I know you are meant to be in my life and blah, 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 blah. She has major problems opening the gate. Yeah, but okay, so that's her then, not you, because I can see how they can be reversed. But what I'm getting here is that she's actually more afraid because she doesn't know she can trust you, and she also has issues because of like mother issues and others, all this other stuff that causes her to. She's done the work and she's able to receive you, but she's also worried, like worried that you're going to hold the past against her, worried that somehow this is going to bite her in the ass, right? And spirit is telling you, you know what I mean? Like, now you don't have to get lost in that either, but if you do desire to have this connection, it will be worthwhile if you are able to um, put your pride aside and say, listen, I'm not here to fucking condemn you for the past. I'm not here to do that. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. We both made mistakes, or you made whatever. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be what we need to be for each other because we both miss each other. Why can't we just do that? Right. She's worried. She's worried that you're going to betray her. She's worried that she can't trust you. She's worried that she's making a stupid decision by letting you back into her life. Um, and really, that would seem like it's evidence of her not healing, but she has healed. So it's just sort of like an echo of the past that she's not knowing how to overcome. And doing it with you is actually going to show her the sun is coming out. Doing it with you is actually going to show her that it's not as bad as it seems. Right. You're worried because it's like, okay, so now why you know when you're on a date or something and it's like, I'm nervous because you're fucking nervous. Could you relax because you're making me nervous? Right? It's that kind of energy. It's like, I would be chill if you were chill, but because you're not chill now, I'm feeling off and I don't feel chill. So like, what's up? Yes, and she and you are ready to take a new chapter and to really connect and to be everything that you could have been for each other before, but got lost in other people's shit. There's people that turned you against each other, right? And now you have an opportunity. Life is short, right? To do this. And this is a soul. There's something karmic about this, right? But there's something about you putting your pride aside. I don't know what that means for you, but putting your pride aside and being able to come to her and be like, listen, I know it's weird. I'm not here to punish you. I just miss you. Like, what are we gonna do? Right. What are we gonna do now? We just gonna stay apart because we scared? No. She's holding on to some guilt because there's some things that she did to you that you don't know about. And she feels like it's throwing her off. And tell her, listen, whatever you did in the past, all you gotta do, you don't even need to confess it. You don't even need to confess it. If you did anything and I don't even know about, whatever you did, whether I know about it or not, it's already forgiven. Just let it go. I don't want to know about it. I don't care. I love you. Right? Because you can acknowledge that she's not that person anymore anyway. So what's the point, right? Wow. Who would have thought such a forgiving reading would have come out so clearly? It's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. Hi. I'm actually planning on doing a live tonight because the sun is killing me right now. So I'm going to go meditate a little longer, a little longer. And then I'm going to come on live, I think around like 7, 8, 7. 7. Hopefully the sun is not beaming down and it'll be 7. And then we can do the whole like candlelight situation like we had yesterday because everybody loved that so much. How does that feel, guys? No pressure for you to be there if you can't be there, but I would like it if you were. You know, I'm learning the abundance is growing so much. There's so many of you guys that are, before it would be like a whole bunch of mixed bags of people that come in and out, right? And now what I'm finding is that there's so many of you guys that are now coming and you're staying and you're hanging out and it, you know, I think it started with Angel and then Wandy and then other, you know, um, it's healing. It's healing. It's so healing. Thank you, Wandy. It's so healing to be here for each other and to be like, listen, we all we have to be is what is divinely intended and what divinely naturally burns within us. We don't have to do more than that. Okay, but I just feel like I feel like I want to end this, but I'm also feeling like like I'm being, there might be something else I have to do first. No. What's that about, spirit? Yeah. I think it's best for you guys to tune in tonight. Especially with all this new moon and this, I definitely believe that, like I said, I think grandma opened you up so I could see you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, my grandmothers are like they make the world go round. And when I'm talking about spirit messages, they do not play. Okay? My grandmother will put every song that has Virginia in it, like the state name, whatever, Virginia in it, in order to remind me that she's there. And I'm talking about in the most random ways, right? I'll just start on shuffle and I'm hearing all these songs about Virginia. And I'm like, thanks, Grandma, right? Her name is Virginia. I would love to stay, but I have to. Oh, I understand, Jules. I understand, my love. God bless. Sending you and your mom some love and light right now. Oh, really, Stacy? That's crazy. Your grandmother's name is Virginia? How wild is that? What are the odds? Okay, so they want me to deliver this to all of you guys before I go. Stephanie, well, now you're catching me, but I'm about to leave, but I'm coming on tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we're going to do like a little candlelight thing like we did last night. And, hang out as the sun sets. Big ass squirrels over here in Indiana. Um, they want me to tell you guys that you guys are naturally floating up to the surface. Like if you were being held down by all of this bullshit, you're being brought up. Okay. And now there are going to be people in your life that are triggered by this. And I've been telling you guys this message in different ways. There are people in your life that are going to be triggered by this and they're going to come to you with their wonky ass shit. And some of them are even going to be successful for a second in making you doubt that you're really where you need to be. I miss you too, Stephanie. How are you? How are you, darling? It's been a while, huh? But you're always welcome to come back. Listen, we're here. They want you to, guys, if you have the opportunity today before tonight's live, meditate. You know what? For those of you guys that are planning on coming tonight, meditate, okay? Do a meditation where you literally just focus on your inner flame, whatever, just even just releasing thought. And let me know when we go tonight what comes up for you, what is revealed to you, okay? Because there's a lot of, let's just say, the planetary alignments and all this other stuff is making it so that revelations are boom. Okay, honestly, I love you, Wandy. I know that's coming from love, but um, I think K can sound so bitchy. That's just my frequency behind the K. It's like K, right? Or don't even get me started on the KK, right? I mean, honestly, even okay. No, I know where your heart is, Wandy. I'm just letting you in on where my response to that was loading the dryer. Yeah. Don't apologize, Wandy. I wasn't trying to make you wrong for it. I also think that sometimes we don't always, not that we need to be, but we don't always we're not always aware of how things are getting lost in translation. Especially when we're trying to shine our light on people, right? We're trying to give them a new perspective. We're trying to give them a new perspective. Um, and we're trying to enlighten them or to bring them some sort of light that is going to help them, that's going to feed them. And they're like, no, but they're like vampires, like, it's too bright, right? And then and that's Jessica. I have to give credit to Jessica for that. And then um, when you add the layer of communication over text or email, then it really gets wonky. But I digress. We're going to talk more about this tonight. I'm heating up over here in these Indiana woods. I'm about to go sit in my car for a minute and meditate again. I think there's more to uncover. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you guys. Crystal, I'm about to hop off. Okay, I love you. Wait, I should know better. I'm a stickler when it comes to the and the yes. Humble apologies. Take care of yourself. I love you. Bye.